Hi, you guys. Good morning. It's morning my time, so good afternoon to those who are on Central and Eastern time. My name's Jessie. I'm with Decker Truckline, and we are on today's Tuesday tips and questions, little Q&A for you. We're going to talk about our summer driving. So a couple things to remember during summer driving. CVSA, it's going on right now. The whole Roadcheck, International Roadcheck 2019. Aren't you guys excited? I know you are. All right. Well, if any of you guys have questions, let us know. You can either leave it in the chat. Hey, Mudflap, how you doing? Hey, Bob, you guys are right on time. So if you guys have any questions, leave it in the chat. Let's jump on and answer any of those. And of course, say hi. I appreciate it. Thanks, you guys, for being here. And what else? And anything else, if you want to talk to one of the recruiters, get a hold of us at 888-668-0698 or just apply online, drivedecker.com. But this is all about answering some questions for you and getting you prepared. Well, not only just answering the questions on the road check, which is obviously what we'll talk about a little bit, since we're talking about summer driving, and that just lands right there in the middle of everything. But we're also going to be talking about, what are the perks? What are the perks of driving in the summer? And what brings, hey, Anna. So what brings to mind is, or comes to mind, I guess, is the obviously nice weather, being able to enjoy some scenery that you don't necessarily get to see or even be part of during the winter months, or at least up here in the Northwest. A lot of guys are sitting more often during the whether it's snowstorms, blizzards, whatever, ice, or just learning how to chain. And starting in the summer, you can, still learn how to chain, but you're not thrown into the trenches right out of the gate. Now, here at Decker, we don't require that you do chain. However, we do require that you know how to chain. So getting yourself out of trouble is one thing. Getting yourself into trouble is a whole nother thing, and that's where you're being held accountable. So springtime, yeah, springtime, summertime. We're talking summer driving, getting you guys all prepared and excited about it. But we've had some late snowstorms this spring. I don't know if it counts, but you guys got to be prepared, and don't put yourself into a position where you're having to utilize your best skills. Being prepared is, Anna's got it said perfectly. A superior driver never allows a situation to deteriorate to the point that the superior driving skills are necessary. Patrice, we're quoting him. That's what we heard. But that's exactly right. Speaking of, we do have, all of our trucks are equipped with a smart drive system, which has helped to improve the habits of some of our professional drivers out there. If you haven't already seen some of the, I guess I'm going to say testimonials, if you haven't seen some of the interviews that we've had with some of our personal drivers, take a look at our Facebook page. You can access that at facebook.com/DTL Inc. And what that is all about, it basically helps to improve sometimes minor habits that you have that can create larger issues. And by doing so, by improving that, obviously we do have a scorecard that we use on that as well. And by improving your points, improves ours. And then you're also up for one of our driver of the month that is accounted on that. Not only the scorecard, but also the smart drive system. So yeah, check out, that's Patrice's video on the smart drive system, but we also have a couple of others on there that are pretty helpful. I give you a good breakdown. I think Bob Knowles was one of them on there as well. And yeah, how he's improved his score. We've seen some good ones. I like it. Well, yeah, anyway, sidetracked. We are back on track and talking about summer driving, some of the perks, and then, of course, some of the reminders that are going on right now. Summer, winter, we're in the middle of spring right now, obviously. But if you aren't already aware, we did extend our springtime scavenger hunt. If you're not familiar with it, well, let me lay down the details for you. The springtime scavenger hunt here at Decker is, it's just a game to have fun, earn a little bit extra money, or have that earning of a little bit of extra money and have fun doing it. Get to know a little bit about you guys. Here, let's show you what it looks like. So here we go. This is our scorecard. Not scorecard. This is our game card. And you can print it out if you want, but it's on our Facebook page, as well as our website, which is drivedecker.com. And then if you go to /blog, if you drop down on there, it'll show the springtime scavenger hunt. But there is over 800, well, not over, but there's $850 worth of prizes for this scavenger hunt. We did extend it to the end of July because you guys are working hard and you needed a little bit of extra time to play the game. So we definitely wanted you to play. And since you're kind of busting your butts, we wanted to make sure that you all had an opportunity to do that. And we've definitely seen some more submissions, so keep bringing them in. Love to see it. You can submit at marketing@deckermail.com. And you do need to have all 12 of the squares on the game card filled out in order to qualify for the game. And you can win $500 for first place, $250 for second, and $100 for third place. So if you have any questions whatsoever, just get a hold of us. You can get a hold of recruiting at 888-668-0698, or just get a hold of me for the springtime scavenger hunt details and on our website. So yeah, extension 2205, that'll be Jess. She can give you additional details on that as well if you reach her. What else on that one? Goes to the 31st of July. So then we're going to be announcing it in August. Did I miss anything? High demand. That's right. Woohoo. Oh, great reminder. So we definitely, we want you to play. We want you to have fun with it. Obviously, we don't want you using your mobile devices while you're on the road. So as always, we do ask that you utilize our content, not only with the games that we're playing, but also the content and the information that we provide you on our YouTube channel, our Facebook channels, Instagram, all of the above. So everything that we provide you is there to help benefit you, whether you're using the TransFlow app and the videos on there as well, or like I said, our YouTube and whatnot. So we want this information to be available to you. The whole idea is to help you and support you as much as possible, but safety comes first. So this is a long-winded way of saying we encourage you to play, we encourage you to check it all out, but do it on your downtime, your layover time, the time that you are not driving. So very, very important. If you have questions whatsoever, give us a call. And we can, of course, answer any of those for you. 888-668-0698. And if you haven't already subscribed, you probably better do so that you don't miss any of our new upcoming videos, tips, tricks, and of course, discussions on everything. So, all right. So let's jump in a little bit more here. We're talking about the CVSA's 2019 International Roadcheck. And I'm bringing that up right out of the gate because it is in full swing right now. We've got 4th, 5th, and 6th of June. That is the 72-hour blitz. Is it still called the blitz? So 72-hour road check on all of the commercial vehicles. So you've got them. They're looking at suspension systems, the steering, brake systems, frames, wheels, tires, all of the above. There you go. All of the above for that international road check. Of course, we're doing the full road check as it is. I mean, they're still taking a look at all of the basics, frays, tears, cracks, and anything in any of the lines. Making sure your fluids where they need to be, which you need to do during springtime, summertime anyway, so that you're prepared. But full swing on this year's road check. So take advantage of the Pilot Flying J mid-trip inspection. That's free. I know I'm kind of toting that, but it's kind of handy, nice to see, and I hope everybody else is taking advantage of that. Fuel and exhaust systems, they're taking a look at those. Lighting devices, what am I missing here? Steering, suspension, coupling devices. While checking vehicle compliance is always part of the NASI program. CVSI is highlighting steering components and suspension. There we go. I'm reading Anna's comment. But obviously I need to make the make the font bigger. I'm going blind. All right, and there is a flyer. Yes, they did send out. We have Infinity training. So if you haven't, if you've checked out our TransFlow app, we did get an upgrade to the interface, 2019 interface. That's all personalized, Decker truck line. And if you go onto the TransFlow app and into the Infinity app within the app, is that what it's called? With the Infinity location, it'll bring up some of the training and some of the industry information for you as well. So there we go. Whew, got through that part. But yeah, you can access all of it. It'll just kind of highlight all of the specifics on that Roadcheck, and of course give you a quick little cheat sheet for details as well. So that's kind of handy. Speaking of cheat sheet and inspections and stuff like that, during these inspections, we did get, not we, but industry-wide, that we've been notified of the, I was trying to find my yeah, what's that thing called? Spotted lantern fly. I'm going to show that to you guys. You can actually use the digital version of the permit as well. That's what I wanted to show you. Whoops. I'm throwing things. There you go. There, I wanted to show this to you. Okay, so here's the digital version of the permit. Can you see that? So you can have access, obviously I printed it out because you can't see it on my computer screen, but this is the digital version of the permit that you can get if you are going through one of those areas that you're going to need this spotted lanternfly permit. And let's see, this is what you'll need to fill out. I hope you guys can see this. This is what you guys are going to need to fill out. This is the inspection form for the quarantine areas, and then you'll just need to put the time, date, truck, trailer, quarantine location, SLF found, spotted lanternfly found, yes, no, destroyed, not found. You'll have to identify that. So, and then every time that or if one is spotted, there is a contact number here. Am I even pointing at it? There it is. The contact information, it's 888-422-3359 for a spotted lantern fly. There we go. That is a tough one for me to say, and I don't know why, but that the permit, the electronic permit does work, which is super handy, seeing as some of you guys are getting these loads in the middle of a swap or a T-call or whatever. And maybe you're just not going through the terminal in the meantime. So this is how we were able to get you that. So hard enforcement for all of our professional drivers out there for the quarantine area. And that started on the 1st of May. If you don't have the permit, it is a super duper hefty fine, $20,000. That's a bit heavy. So that's the hard enforcement. So do it. No excuse once we have the now that we have the permission for the electronic permit. Right? Yes. And carry the permit showing that the company is in compliance with the insect inspection and control. Look at that. She is on top of it. Companies that are based in the quarantine zone, they load in the quarantine zone, or that make the stops in the quarantine zone, those are the ones who have to have that permit. So you don't have to have the permit if you're not going through the area. All right, cool. What else did I say? Let's talk about summer driving. Okay, summer driving. First of all, I'm super jacked that it's finally getting to be summer because I am sick and tired of these snowstorms. And you guys are probably sick and tired of the tornadoes that are coming into the Midwest there. Tornadoes, rain, flooding, all that kind of stuff. But we have to constantly be prepared. And that's one thing while being an over-the-road driver. You're coming to all different types of weather, inclement weather, and whether it be the tornadoes or the blizzards or rain, black ice, or just really heavy winds. And those are the type of things that you're going to need to consider while you're going down on the road, and you have to be constantly aware of. Don't get distracted. If you're going down the road in Wyoming, it's really windy there. Make sure that you are not empty you're not going through Wyoming empty. It's a good example of making sure that you have the fuel needed and hopefully, like I said, hopefully not empty. The gusts of wind can flat out take that truck, lift it up. It's really strong. I was talking to Nathan yesterday about it, and he was saying, Oklahoma area, really high winds with the tornadoes, and just another area that you need to make sure that you're filling up and prepared for all those crosswinds that are coming about. So springtime, that's what'll happen. Springtime, summertime. So be safe. Number one, safety first, you guys. Safety first and always. But you have beautiful views in the summer. So if you're new to trucking, this is the ideal time to get started. I mentioned earlier that you don't have to throw the chains like you would when in the winter months, especially when you're newer to the trucking industry. It's not uncommon to throw chains more often because you're just getting into stickier situations and you're not always sure how you should be handling them. And so chains come up often. At least that's what it seems like. So proper training obviously is very important. And knowing when and when not to throw the chains or when and when not to go is also important. So again, always putting safety first, but enjoy the ride. And during the summer months, you can go the speed limit. You're not necessarily going way below the speed limit because of weather. However, remember that with the spring and summertime, construction comes. So you do need to be well aware of all the construction areas that are out there and vehicles who don't always know how to deal with traffic cones, with construction zones, whether they're trying to figure out if they need to veer to the left or veer to the right, and they fail to read a sign. So as always, as a professional driver, you guys are held at a completely different standard than most drivers. You are definitely up here. You have earned it, continue to earn it, and be aware of your surroundings. So construction, one thing that you need to be aware of during the summer months. But you get to wake a little earlier, get up a little later. If you're driving during the day, of course, we've got a lot of night drivers as well, but enjoying the view in most of the areas. Get to experience a little bit more of the countryside. I know a lot of people get into driving, especially after you've maybe already finished one career and you're moving on to the trucking industry. A lot of people get into driving to see the world, to see the U.S. and find out, maybe it's the first time in Nevada around the Grand Canyon or into Virginia or Georgia. This is your chance to see the rest of the U.S. But remember that you're also doing a job. You're doing your work. You're getting paid to explore it. So manage your time properly. We do have the ELD system. You do need to be aware of your clock and make sure that you're fully rested. So if you have any questions on that, we do have a video out for the ELD and a little bit more explaining how to use the ELD system. And that's the electronic logs. So we had the electronic log version, which is the AOBRD device. And since we had been using that for quite some time, now we've transitioned into the ELD device, which is it's a lot more precise. So it's to the second instead of rounding to 5 minutes or 15 or 1 minute, whatever it might be. It is to the second. So when you are coming off of a break, and this is probably one of the biggest areas of concern, is when you're coming off a break, make sure that you wait 1 minute beyond when your break is over. So 10 hours and 1 minute instead of 10 hours. Because of the way that the ELD system works, if it is triggered right before that 10-hour mark, you have to start the whole thing over. Seconds can matter. Seconds count, no lie. So please be careful. Protect your clock, protect your hours. And thanks, Anna. Anna's actually posted some of these videos here for us. Let me show them. There we go. So there's 9 videos on that. the Omnitrex ELD system. That'll better explain it. But this is a great time to learn the ELD system before getting into the more inclement weather of like winter weather, I should say, because we still have inclement weather this time of year. But this way you can learn how to use it properly, really make it work for you, and not have to, not have to juggle as many things on your clock as you would coming into the winter months. What's it say? Yes, use the Omnitrex navigations. That's right. It's brought to you by the entire fleet. Yeah, the Decker does provide the navigation for free. For free. Do you guys know where that came from? We should do trivia. For free. Anna, do you know what that's from? All right. It's Bedtime Stories. I love that movie. Okay, anyways, what else should we talk about? We're talking about, barbecues. This time of year is another thing. We do a lot more of driver appreciation, not just us, but a lot more driver appreciation. Luncheons, dinners, barbecues are all over the U.S., especially in the Midwest. So if you plan everything right, really get into your schedule and know where you're going, you might be able to get an extra meal in there for free, little barbecue. So yeah, that is another Nathan tip. Kind of nice having Nathan give me a few details coming off the road and being able to give me some of the tricks of the trade. Does like the barbecues. Our trucks, by the way, they are fully equipped. So they are APUs and refrigerators and bunk heaters. So I do know a lot of the guys are carrying the crock pots. A lot of them are carrying crock pots, and then some of them have the grills that you can take out and set up outside as well. So you see them more and more. I know Ozzy used to do that and set up a nice old barbecue, feed a couple extra people along the way, make some friends. Speaking of making friends, hey, referral bonus. Referral bonus will make you a few extra friends and a few extra dollars. That might be pretty corny, but it is. But you can make a lot of money during the referral bonus. So that can raise you an extra $1,500 to $2,500 per driver, and it pays out within 90 days of every driver that was hired on. So if you have questions about that, guess what? We have a video for that as well as a blog article that you can check out, and that's at drivedecker.com/blog. Amy, so nice to see you. It is working. Yesterday we had a hard time, and I really felt for us. There you go. Anna has posted that referral information for you as well. Hey, Amy, you and Steve, have you guys submitted anything for the springtime scavenger hunt? I went and told them that you guys were interested, that we needed to do this scavenger hunt. So make sure that Steven's got his in there if he hasn't already. Amy was at 85 degrees yesterday. I don't know what you guys are at. I think that's what we were here as well, but it was toasty. Toasty. So what else are we talking about? We're talking about now, Amy, that you are here and you can actually participate in the conversation, because we're not skipping all over and having the terrible connection that we did yesterday. Tell me, what are some great tips or great suggestions for summer driving? What are the benefits? Let's talk about that. What are the benefits of summer driving besides the barbecues? Not sure he has, but I'll get him on as the dates. Yeah, the dates have been moved, and that was a big deal because that's a great deal because most of our drivers weren't able to participate. We just didn't give enough time. And this is only our second scavenger hunt. So in true honesty, we're kind of playing a testing game here. Like, are we getting you enough time? Do you need more time? It is 12 too many for requirements, 12 game pieces or slots or whatever you want to call it. Is that too many? Those are things that we're trying out to see, because we want you guys to have fun and play it. But we don't want it to be a chore for you. Honestly, we want you to have fun with it. But you got to make it into a competition too, right? Who doesn't like that? Summer driving, that's hard as traffic is picking up. Good point. Traffic is picking up. Be aware of RVs being driven by people who don't have CDLs. Don't have opinion on that. So RVs, trailers that are also pulling, not only the trucks aren't also pulling the trailers, but they're also pulling maybe a boat or motorcycles or dirt bikes or some recreational vehicle. So be aware, making sure that when they're turning, that they're giving enough room. There's a lot of defensive driving going on, definitely in the summer, in the winter too. But in the summer, the vehicles are bigger, oftentimes longer, and not everybody is at your education level as a professional driver. So please be courteous and understanding of those who may not, and try to stay calm and respectful of everybody. And I'm hoping that with you guys showing your respect and being courteous, that it is also shown back to you, obviously, 100 times over. You guys are working your tails off. Anna says you can drive with the windows down and sing as loud as you want. And I know you do that too, don't you? I do. But I drive with them up so other people can't see them or hear it. If he wants to get the fun Star Wars items. Oh, Amy's telling me that if Steve wants to get the Star Wars items that he wants at Disneyland, he needs the extra money. I forgot about the Disneyland trip. Oh, I'm excited for you guys. That's going to be awesome. There isn't any fun time to drive Montana roads unless it's in the woods off-road. Off-road use only. I disagree. I think at this time of year, I absolutely love driving the Montana roads. Although most people are going to convince you otherwise so that you don't come into Montana, but and I feel that. But it is so beautiful. We don't have the fires that we have a little bit later on in the summer, and it's gorgeous. You get to see landscape that you normally wouldn't, and it's gorgeous. You can tell that I absolutely love the Montana. Yep. And your miles, a lot of times your miles are pick up in the summer as well. Freight is moving all the time. Freight is busy, more flatbed usually, at least industry wide, more flatbed in miles in the summer. Amy says she plays music, doesn't care if people are listening. I don't care if they like it or not. That's right. If you meet Tinkerbell, Anna, that's right. Is that your favorite one? So take advantage of everybody being outside and work on some of those referrals if you want a little extra cash that way. But enjoy your drive no matter what you're doing, and don't rush to get yourself anywhere. Allow yourself plenty of time, which means that you're going to need to plan ahead. So always plan your day. Plan your day at the beginning of the day or plan your day at the end. It just depends on let me rephrase that. When I say plan your day at the end, I mean plan for tomorrow's day at the end of today is what I meant. So if you guys have any, if you're really taking the time to plan, you're going to see better miles. You're going to see less stress and, probably fewer mistakes on your part by taking that extra time, whether it be 10, 15 minutes to plan the day tomorrow or the next day, however you have that. Yes, it is gorgeous. People are driving crazy and unsafe. So that's why you got to be careful. You got to be careful with all these. There's with all of the recreational vehicles, that's my biggest concern, is that not everybody knows how to pull a trailer. Not everybody knows how to drive an RV. And I know those are just a few things, but the stopping distance is so different. And when you if you don't normally drive a tractor trailer or something of that size that they might be pulling, then you're not going to be acclimated to those, that stopping distance or that time or the turn radiuses. So you got to be careful. I mean, there's a lot of defensive driving this time of year for that fact. And when you're coming up on construction, they might not know how to handle the construction, read what's going on. They might be too low to the ground driving a car, and maybe they don't give themselves enough room to see what's ahead of them to adjust with the time they need. So then they're going to create frustration for other people. So I just ask that you guys try to remain calm and allow plenty of time for yourself, so that if others are creating that kind of stress around you, or that kind of poor decisions, I guess, then it's not affecting you, or it's not affecting the way that you're thinking and the way that you're handling your day. What am I got? The 4-year-old wants to meet Belle. She's so pretty, he said. Well, Amy, you are 4 years old and he's already checking her out. I think you get your hands full. That's right, Anna. Prepare. The 3 Ps: prepare, protect, and prevent, to keep yourself safe and others out on the road. So remember. 40 miles per hour, Amy says, in a 70 mile per hour zone isn't fun when you give space and pass when it's safe. Yeah, that's what you see a lot of too, is coming up in the mountains. Again, I'm talking Montana for the most part, but when you're coming up in the mountains or coming around the bend and you come upon somebody who is driving way below the speed limit, you need to be able to adjust and giving yourself that distance as well. So always give yourself more time than needed. Slow down and increase your distance. That's exactly right. Now, we usually say that more often during the winter months because of the ice and inclement weather that time of the year gives us, but it still applies now. You just be smart and protect yourself. Here, a good example. I was talking to someone yesterday. There was a vehicle that had stopped abruptly on the road, just right there on the road, and it was a 2-lane road. So the driver had to stop, couldn't go onto the side because there was another vehicle that was parked and a pedestrian that was walking alongside. And then there was a vehicle coming back towards them on the opposite direction. There's very few options for him. Obviously, everybody's okay, no injuries or anything like that, but he was able to adapt to that, and he gave himself enough room to react. And had he been going too close to the first car, or the original car that had just flat out stopped, then there could have been a rear end accident. So thankfully, he gave himself plenty of room and was able to react. But not everybody does, and so I'm just asking that you also do that. Slow down and increase your distance. Yeah. And there's going to be a lot more pedestrians, whether somebody is trying to hitch a ride or just more people traveling, going back and forth between fishing holes or whatever it might be. More bicyclists. There's this time of year, get plenty of bicyclists. Those are all things that you need to be aware of. You don't necessarily see the rest of the time of the year. Avoid fatigue. Yeah, you do like to stay up longer and with the longer days, and you need to make sure you're still getting plenty of rest. Amy says he's the ladies' man. Oh, what a little munchkin. Cool. And you know what? Here's a huge perk. There's no snow. We love that. Oh, I bet Amy, she mentioned that she deals with that a lot on Bonner. Between Missoula and Sealy, and that's what I was picturing now that you say that, because when I was describing that, I'm like, coming from Johnsrud? Not Johnsrud. Anyways, the swimming hole that everybody goes to outside of Bonner. Yeah, man, there's cars all over the people. There's places all over the people, or all over the place, and there isn't a lot of room on the side. So if a car is coming both directions, which odds are it is, and that's when you're that's when you need to keep your eyes peeled. You need to slow down, slow your roll, because you're just going too fast in an area that there's pedestrians. Yeah, I agree. Out in the mountains. Cool. Well, just be prepared. There are a lot of perks, though, to the summer driving, and I know I am listing a lot of things that you need to be aware of, because safety comes first. But at the same time, enjoy yourself. This is a great time to, for adventure out there on the road. Students, I think this is just the best time, the best opportunity for you to get started. So if you have already graduated or just completed a course and you're starting to get over the road, enjoy yourself and enjoy the time, because it's just absolutely beautiful days out right now. And days like this are wonderful to be driving in. Hannah, teach him to use his powers for good. I missed that one. All right. Oh, I do want to remind you, let's talk about some of the available positions here at Decker. We had opened up our Flatbed Division that's based out of Bessemer, Alabama. We opened that up for Washington, Oregon, and California. The home time in those areas have changed, and I want to make sure that you are well aware of it. So if you are looking to run in our over-the-road flatbed division and you live in Washington, you live in Oregon, or you live in California, expect about a 4-week home time every 4 weeks. So before we had said a shorter time period, I do know that right now it's more realistic to get about a 4-week turnaround for that. Most of the runs in this division, or in that over-the-road flatbed division, are running in the Southeast and the Midwest. So even though we've got runs out here in the West, expect to be out 4 weeks at a time and then home for a couple of days. So it's basically a day and a half for every 7 days you're out. Just make sure that out time is going to work for you and your family, so that you're not getting into a situation where it's just too long out for you. A good opportunity to get into that flatbed. I know a lot of guys out here in the West have been itching to get into our flatbed division. So it's nice that we've been able to open it up. So make sure that home time works for you. That's right. Soak in the weather. Soak in the views. Yeah. So California, Washington, and Oregon, we can definitely help with those areas. The pay is the same. That part hasn't changed, just the out time. So the pay is going to be anywhere from 44 to 54 cents a mile, but it's all based off experience. So let's see if I can break this down for you. If you are a student and you are looking to get into the flatbed division, you're going to need to go through our orientation, followed by our securement training. So orientation, we pay $800. We split that $800. Whether you're in refrigerator or flatbed, this is going to apply to you. So that $800, it's $400 the week of orientation handed to you on a comm check, and then the following $400 is direct deposited. Nice part of that is that you don't have to wait until the following week to get your money for orientation. We split it up because obviously direct deposit takes a good week, or it takes a couple of days at least to get into effect. And this way we've got your comm check in there. So Amy says the last day for the game. Oh, July. It is July. We actually increased it by 60 days. So 2 months. July 31st is the last day for the springtime scavenger hunt. Where's that at? Right here. So last day for our game. Earn $500. See you, Aim. So the okay, back to my students. $400 a week of orientation, $400 the week following for the $800 total. However, you do get a $100 Visa gift card on the usually Wednesday or Thursday of orientation. Normally when the hair follicle and the urinalysis come back. So we do both those drug tests. Not leaving just wondering, okay, good. It'll stay with us. All right. So And then once you're done with orientation, if you're a student, you're going to be paid $500 a week while you're with a trainer. And the time that you're with a trainer all depends on how much experience you had coming to us. So if you just recently graduated from a PTDI certified school, so a school that's like 160 hours or more, then you'll start probably 5 weeks with a trainer. If you've got a month or two training before coming to us, then it could be a little bit less going with a trainer. So it's usually 3 to 5 weeks paying you $500 a week while you're with a trainer. Now that, again, that's whether you're refrigerated or flatbed. But because I was talking about the flatbed division, I'm going to further go into detail on what your next step there is. So with the flatbed, once you've completed your orientation and your training, then you're going to move into a running solo. And you'll start at 44 cents a mile. 10 cents of the 44 is per diem, so you're not taxed on it. And then every 3 months, you're going to get a pay increase until you max out for the year at 48 cents a mile. So, right, 44 to 48, yep. So you'll work your way up to 48 cents a mile by the end of the first year. And then after that point, you'll get a penny per mile raise every year on your anniversary until you max out, which is at this very moment, 54 cents. The $5,000 bonus is going to be paid to you on your 1-year anniversary, and you do need to run a minimum of 100,000 miles to get that. That being said, as a student, it's going to be more difficult to obtain that 100,000 miles than it would be for someone who's coming on that doesn't have to go with a trainer. I mean, that's probably common sense for you, but at the same time, it is. Make sure that you're managing your time while you're scheduling yourself so that you can get those miles and still obtain that $5,000 bonus. Not all students will get it. So it is something that we're shooting for. We want to make sure that everybody gets it, but it just doesn't always happen. You're not always able to get that amount of time on there. With the refrigerated division, there we go. The pay is a little bit different. And it does depend on the division that you're looking for. So if we're still talking about the Western states and our over the road, the coast to coast, you're looking at starting after orientation. Again, $800 for orientation, $500 for training, same time period for training. The only thing that you're not doing is the securement training, which would add an extra $100 a day after orientation. So you've got orientation and training with a trainer at $500 a week. And then you'll start at 38 cents a mile and work your way to 43 cents a mile by the end of the first year. Did I say 38? 41 cents a mile, excuse me. 38 to 42 cents a mile by the end of the first year. There you go. That's what I meant. That's what I meant to say. 42. And then you'll get a penny raise every year on your anniversary as well. So the max right now on that, or the cap one on that one, is 52 cents a mile. So that's the over the road refrigerated. The more Midwest refrigerated, which is going to have a little bit shorter length of haul, that one is going to be starting you at 40 cents a mile and working your way up to, it pays 40 to 50 cents a mile on that, but it'll be 40 cents a mile to start with as a trainee or a student, and working your way up to 44 cents a mile by the end of the first year, and then annual raises. Does that make sense? You guys have any questions whatsoever on the pay package, whether it be for an experienced driver, a professional experienced driver, or a student, or maybe you only have a year or two as well? Just get a hold of our recruiting department. We can answer all those questions for you depending on which division you're looking for and where you're located. But you can reach us at 888-668-0698. And you can apply online, drivedecker.com, and then one of the recruiters will give you a holler as well. So that should be fun. Yeah, good point. Anna says orientation is fun-filled with no out-of-pocket for you. Hotel room of your own, so a solo room. And meals are provided. Your transportation to Fort Dodge, to Bessemer, Alabama, or Missoula, Montana, those are all provided for you. We do have a repayment agreement that you can, or that you would sign and recognize during orientation, but it is null and void after 6 months. And of course, it'd only be a portion if something went haywire, but all is good. do our best to take very good care of you and continue to do so. Yeah, students, please keep in mind that there will be 1 penny per mile raise every 3 months for your first year. So quarterly. Good call. Oop. There we go. All right. So I did want to mention that was the flatbed that I wanted to make sure that you knew that the home time was different. How long does it take a new driver or students to be eligible for a passenger and pet? 90 days. So 90 days for is usually the rider pet policy. That being said, circumstances can be different, but usually 90 days. And $25 a month for the passenger, ages 10 to 69, years of age, years of young. And then pets, we do have a $750 pet deposit. $100 has to be down before you can have the pet, and it has to be a non-aggressive breed. So 55 pounds or less, did I say that? And then the non-aggressive breed, I'm trying to think what else. If that exceeds, if you have a service dog, then you just need to provide the service documents so that we can take care of that. But 750, oh, that's what I want to say. 250 of the 750 is non-refundable. Cleaning, that kind of thing. Great question. All of our benefits, yep. All of our benefits start after 90 days. So medical, dental, vision, prescription. Do you guys know what our benefits are? Maybe we should talk about that. We have a lot of benefits. First off, we have a 30% match on our 401k. So it matches at 8% and 30%. We match 30% of the 8% that you can put in. And then what else? We have the $5,000 bonus that I was mentioning earlier. And you do need to run 110,000 miles for the refrigerated and van division and 100,000 miles for the flatbed division to get that. And it pays in one lump sum on your 1-year anniversary. So that's the $5,000 bonus. We have medical, dental, vision, prescription. So it's Blue Cross Blue Shield for the medical. Dental is Delta Dental and vision is a Vizian. So depending on who's all going to be covered, if you're a tobacco user, non-tobacco, that kind of thing, those are all factors that would determine what your premium would be each month. And then the deductible, you can choose basically your premium and your deductible. And that way it will, it's going to apply to you. You're not paying somebody else's basically. But that's all after 90 days. The long-term, short-term disability, you have several different options. Well, a couple of different options to increase that if you'd like. We do have a company paid life insurance on you, spouse, and dependents. We have paid vacation, which is 1 week after 1 year, 2 after 3, and then 3 after 7. And how we figure that is whatever your total earnings were for the year prior is going to be divided by 52. So you'll get that on the week that you're ready for it, I guess. The week that you're going to take the vacation, or 2, depending on how many years you've been here. So what else am I missing? Medical, dental, vision, prescription cards as well. We've got cancer, disability, insurances. Those are all additional insurances that you can look at with the life insurance. We have a monthly bonus, which can be for company drivers an extra 4 cents a mile. This is our monthly bonus is what it's called, and scorecard bonus. And then we have 4 cents more per mile for company drivers, up to 3 cents more per mile for the owner operators and lease purchase drivers. And those are going to be based off of company-wise, your idle time, your fuel efficiency, miles, fuel, driver service failures, your CSA points for that month, preventable accidents, and did I say miles? I think so. Okay, on-time delivery. So those are all things that are factored with the scorecard. How your scorecard is 1 month does not affect the next previous or month after or whatever. It doesn't affect any other month. So 1 month at a time is for your scorecard. So if you didn't make it this month, you can make it another month. If you made only 2 cents this month, you can make 4 cents the next. It just depends on of course where you're all at. Good one. Elite Pass, Pre-Pass, K-Pass. So for the tolls and scales, we've got that covered. We have the TransFlow app. to get your paperwork in. We do have an onboard scanner as well to get your paperwork in, and they are weekly settlements. So you get paid every Friday, direct deposit. You need to get your paperwork in by 10 p.m. on Saturday in order to get paid for whatever miles it is that you sent in. What else? Rider policy, we talked about that. Oh, we have all kinds of incentives in the truck. Let's talk more about some of the benefits, the bonuses and stuff though. So the driver of the month, we have a driver of the month for each division. So we actually have 7. We have trainers, which is new. Trainers, owner, operator, lease, purchase, teams, Western refrigerated or over the road refrigerated, our Midwest refrigerated, Midwest flatbed, and our over the road flatbed. So those are our divisions for our 7 divisions for the driver of the month. And our driver of the month is then chosen. Oh, look at that. Thanks, Anna. She just posted the link to describe more of the details on our scorecard bonus, our monthly bonus. But for driver of the month, your scorecard is weighed in on qualifying for driver of the month. And then your number of miles, just a lot of things. And then you're going to, the management and operations and several individuals are going to vote within the top scoring, so the top scoring individuals, professional drivers for that division. And then they'll vote for them, and then they'll move on to the next division. So that's how the driver of the month works. So driver of the month, you get Walmart gift cards, you get the gift card to the Decker store, and then you also get, as a nominee, you get a Walmart gift card and a gift from the Decker store. So you do get bonuses for the driver of the month. Driver of the month can qualify you for driver of the year. So if you've been driver of the month, you have the opportunity to get driver of the year. The driver of the year, it's going to be the same process. They're going to take all of the driver of the months. They're going to evaluate the scorecard for the full year, and the top ones will then be chosen by not only the scorecard, but also by the Smart Drive system. So the Smart Drive, I'm going to say scorecard too, because I'm not sure what they call it, but it's a point system. And that's also going to be weighed in. So scorecard, Smart Drive point system, and of course the operations and safety and everybody is going to do their voting as well for driver of the year based off of those top 3 individuals for each division. Driver of the year is quite a prize. So you get $3,000 for driver of the year for your division. Remember, we have 7 divisions. And then the grand poobah, the grand champion of all of that, of everybody, they get a $15,000 prize for the driver of the year. So nothing to scoff at. Pretty impressive. Take good care of you. Okay, so that's some of them. There's so many more levels. We've got the referral bonus, which has got many levels. It's got three levels itself: $1,500, $2,000, and $2,500 for payout levels. But there's lots of incentives kind of woven in there for like T-shirts and business cards and elite jackets and decals and $2,500 trip to Vegas for the grand prize for the referral plan. I'm missing one on there too. So on that referral plan, that was pretty hefty, but you can check all of that out. Anna did post that earlier for you too, but there are so many different incentives. Oh, on the referral plan, we hold a drawing every quarter. And I was trying to think of what it was. April, May, June, July. So July. I can't remember. I had to use my fingers. Will be the next one. So quarterly drawings for the referral bonus as well. So this is in addition to everything else that we talked about. And you have the chance to win either a brand new laptop, a brand new tablet, like iPad or whatever, or $750, the equivalent, which would be $750. So there's a lot of bonuses, a lot of benefits, different incentives. And if you're talking about incentives in the like amenities, then you have these trucks are well equipped. You've got APUs, refrigerators, bunk heaters, inverters, CB units, navigation, Sirius radio. Now the Sirius radio you do need to have a subscription for. However, if you refer 2 or more drivers within the year, your subscription's paid for 12 months. So yet another perk. CB unit, navigation, Sirius radio. What else do we have? We have the smart drive system, the inward outward facing event recorders. We have the lane departure system. We have the microwaves that are a brand new addition, and actually we are still installing those. So we just got the approval last month to install microwaves and TVs and Epic View systems in the truck. So Epic View is an in-motion recording system. So I mean, obviously it's 100+ premium channels, but you can record as well while you're out on the road. So if you are going to miss the game that you want to watch, or the TV, you know, the premiere or race or whatever it might be, then you can actually record it while you're driving, so that you can it doesn't mess with your schedule. It's not sitting there wondering what's going on. I mean, it helps you schedule it really well. But the in-demand or in-motion recording, the television and the microwave, we are installing those right now. We're putting them in the new trucks first, then our current fleet. Those are, they're probably going to take about 9 months. So probably 8 to 9 months longer before we get it into all of our fleet. But they'll all be there, and they are sweet. So we're partnering with Epic View on that, and they're doing a fantastic job of training our techs in how to install it. And then we'll train the rest of the outside techs as well, like in Bessemer and Missoula, and they will install those as well as we get the equipment, because we'll be getting those as well. All of our trucks are equipped with the Omnitrex ELD system. So as of now, they're all with the Omnitrex ELD. We've got the collision mitigation system, Bluetooth, air disc brakes, the flatbeds. We have the longer, newer chrome catwalk. So those are sharp. We've got the, now these are in our brand new ones. We've got the a new side kit, I'm going to say side kit, but to store like chains and stuff like that. So it's a nice enclosed area that's all chromed out as well. We've got the new larger bug shields on the trucks. We've got the chrome bumpers, which are a lot stronger. We've got the chrome license plate is the word I was looking for. We've got the chrome license plate holders that, again, they're going to withstand a little bit more. Adaptive cruise. What else? Am I missing anything? I think that's about it. But they're about it. Oh, and the new trucks, they're all going to be equipped with double bunks. So that's another perk. Lots of storage in our trucks. So we've got 579 Pete's, 730 Volvos are what we've had in our fleet. And we've got a couple Freightliner Cascadia Evolutions. 2019 brings more 579 Pete's, which you guys love. And we also have some 760 Volvos for the refrigerated division, and some 740 Volvos for the flatbed division. So, I'm starting to get a delay. You guys still with me here? New headache racks as well on the flatbed trucks. They are sharp. Open up, great big storage, nice shelving units, extra harnesses, extra latches to keep some of the hoses from the air hoses from going all over the place and scratching anything. So much more. Storage box for the tow kit. Yeah. Those are all going to be stored in underneath the cab. Automatics. They are all automatics. Yep. All automatics. Cool. Do you guys have any questions on that? Looks like we're answering all those questions. All right. I wanted to see if there was anything changed. Remember, if you guys are wondering what we have out of your area, you just need to get a hold of us. in the recruiting department. It's 888-668-0698. We can give you details on whether or not we have anything available out of your area. And you can go on our website too, but calling a recruiter is going to get you the most up-to-date, accurate information. So, Anna put that up there for you. There you go, 888-668-0698. Home time on that one, that's the biggest one. We do have more guaranteed pay options if you haven't already seen those. Getting long-winded, sorry. The guaranteed pay, we have the $1,000 for the short haul. That's flatbed. That basically we hire out of Omaha, Nebraska, Sioux City, Iowa, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and Fort Dodge, Iowa. So those are the locations that we hire for that position. That's $1,000 guaranteed weekly, and you're guaranteed home weekly as well, multiple times through the week. And depending on where you're at within those hiring areas, within a 50-mile radius, by the way, depending on where you're at would determine what your home time is. So in a lot of cases, we can do daily, home every other day. Some of them, though, it's about every 3 days out. So, about every basically 3 times during the week and the weekends that you can get home. It all really just depends on where you live. And that's why I say, call our recruiting department, get the details from them so you know the real deal. And then we do have our Hammond, Indiana load. That's, again, another short haul load that pays $125 for the first load and $150 for the second and $150 for the third load. So more opportunities there. That one is home daily, but it usually starts, those loads usually start anywhere from 9 p.m. to midnight. And so even though it's a Monday through Friday run, you're coming off, just to make sure it's crystal clear, when you're coming off Fridays, you're coming off usually Saturday morning because it starts Friday anywhere from 9 p.m. to midnight. So you get that, but it's Monday through Friday and pays per load. So you're looking on average anywhere 800 to 1,100 or so a week for that one, and getting home daily. So not a bad little combo there. Bessemer, Alabama, I do have a local position. You do need to have experience, but if you live in Bessemer or Birmingham, give us a holler, because those are probably going to be the best areas for that one. So 888-668-0698 for details on that. And of course, we've got the guaranteed pay in the Midwest for both the refrigerated and flatbed divisions. You need to call us to find out if you're in the hiring area, though, so that we make sure that you're well aware of the running lanes and what all your options are. And when I say call, call is one thing. You can call us, you can apply online, you can Facebook us, you can ask us right here in our chat, whatever is going to be easier for you, but just contact us so that we can give you the right information based off of where you're at and where you're taking home time and what kind of experience you have, so that you're getting an accurate pay per mile estimate. So, okey-doke. Quote, that's the word I wanted. Estimate. I'll tell you what, hey, if you are not already subscribed to our channel, you should do that, because that way every Tuesday on our YouTube channel at noon, we do a live Q&A, which gives you a chance to visit with us, ask some questions, and hopefully give you full details on what's going on here at Decker. New updates within the industry, hence the CVSA that's going on, the 2019 roadside, as well as some of those spotted lanternfly permits, information on that. Anything else that you guys have questions going on in the industry, this is where you come to get them. So, of course, 888-668-0698 to talk to one of our recruiters. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, because, again, just like YouTube, we're on Facebook. And our Facebook channel is, we do a live event every Monday at 4 p.m. We're very active on our Facebook. So if you have questions, if you want to get a hold of us and you need an answer right away, over the weekend, whatever, get a hold of us on our Facebook channel, facebook.com/DTL Inc. And we do have a Facebook group. This group is designed for other drivers to help answer your questions, to help you deal with just life out on the road. And if you have more questions on that or wonder where you can get that, if you actually go to our Facebook page and look into our groups, you can access that. But it's truck driver support. And that's, again, that's designed with the idea that other drivers are going to be there helping to answer your questions. Other experienced drivers help you figure it out. So, you know, having that much more. Hey, Jackie, long time no talk. Good to see ya. Hope everything's going well. Good to see you, like as in I see your name. Oh, hope all is well. So we're just kind of wrapping everything up. But if you have any questions, feel free, ask away. Otherwise, I hope everything is good. You guys can watch the replay, of course. And I'll still be answering the questions on the replay as well. So just obviously not live. Just I'll type it into you. All right. Well, you guys, if that's it, I'm going to let you guys go. You guys have a wonderful one more thing. We also have a position right now that's running from Fort Dodge to Blair, Nebraska. There are a couple of different time periods on that, like an 8 p.m. start. I think there's a 3 p.m., an 8 p.m., and an 11 p.m. start. So more details, go to 888-668-0698 and talk to a recruiter. We just found out about that this morning, and we can give you more details on that. Annette, we will be contacting you and Ethan on that one to see about getting you started as well. So, well, not you, but Ethan, since you're already doing a great job. All right, Jackie, you have an awesome day too, and we will talk to you guys soon. Okie doke. Bye-bye. Thank you, Miss Anna.